You will remember socialite Anita Cranston and her fiancé Craig Mudgway. There they are. The couple took bookings for a luxury villa in Fiji they no longer owned. A 40th birthday, 2 50ths, 3 60ths, 3 weddings and 5 other holidays of a lifetime in this magnificent villa ruined. Well, tonight we can reveal for the first time that 100 holiday makers, collectively losing somewhere in the region of $50,000, is possibly just the tip of the iceberg. You see, Craig Mudgway has a shady past. He was declared bankrupt in 1990, owing more than $8 million. A second bankruptcy followed in the year 2000. 11 years on, it looks like it's going to happen again, because this time Mudgway owes many millions. Tristram Clayton investigates.
Hello, Anita, can you hear me?
It's Friday, July the 15th, D-Day for Craig Mudgway and Anita Cranston.
Just checked this morning and nothing's coming.
Today's the day they promised to repay the deposits of more than 100 guests who'd booked this luxury Fiji villa.
Mudgway promised that today we'd all receive our money back, but we've been receiving that promise since May. We had no hope that we were going to get our money back today.
And you haven't today?
No. No.
Across the country, from Dunedin to Whangarei, not a cent has been repaid.
Disappointed. Yeah, we had communication since our last chat, and it was all about promises to make sure the payment was made, but nothing.
I find it like a slap in the face that they're still trying to buy more time.
So has your mother-in-law received anything back?
Not 1 cent, and there's been no talk to her like the other people. Anita's.
Bevan Lockwood's mother-in-law discovered only last weekend she had also fallen victim to the scam.
Anita's emailing, wanting to touch base.
She had just lost her partner of 40 years, and a Fiji holiday was supposed to help her get her life back on track.
And I happened to be watching Campbell live and saw your program, and I said to my wife, I'm pretty sure that's the villa that my mother-in-law had rented in August. And upon further investigation found that in fact it very much was.
So you'd heard nothing from Anita?
Heard nothing, no, not at all.
So if you hadn't been watching that night by chance?
Who knows what would have happened, yeah. Jamie may well have turned up to Fiji on the 17th of August, knocked on the front door and been told, sorry, new owners, go and find alternative accommodation.
But on the day of reckoning, after promising to refund almost $50,000 in deposits, nothing. This despite the couple being holed up in this luxury Takapuna apartment at a cost of $1,500 a week.
Hello, Anita, Craig.
When we called this morning, the lights were on, but there was no sign of the couple. Neighbours say they haven't been seen for 4 days. If they've done a runner, it won't be a first. On October the 12th, 1990, Craig Mudgway, a former real estate agent turned Lower Hutt property developer, was declared bankrupt. He and his business partner David Hitchens had a collective debt of more than $8 million. 10 years later, he was bankrupt again. And now it looks like it's happening again. Craig Mudgway was involved in failed property developments linked to Blue Chip. And this time his debt is a whole lot bigger.
Hi, Mr. Mudgway.
We tracked Craig Mudgway down 10 days ago, drinking at a Takapuna bar.
Hey, now, just obviously one big question. Where are the deposits?
No comment.
Have you spent the deposits? Is that why you can't tell us where they are?
No comment.
It turns out we weren't the only ones looking for answers from Craig Mudgway. Westpac had also been looking for him for some months. And the day after we aired our story, they served him with papers for a debt of $25 million.
Craig Mudgway owes $25 million.
Really? Can't say I'm surprised.
No, it probably doesn't surprise me, but yeah, that's a bit of a shock.
It kind of puts it into the light now that I guess that we're just small fish compared to everybody else that they now owe, I guess. So
He's a ruthless, heartless person. I don't think they could actually shock us anymore with what they're doing.
Sorry, that's a bit of a shock, that 25 million.
Anita Cranston and Craig Mudgway have continued to take bookings for the next 2 years for a property seized by the Fijian High Court on May the 23rd, after Mudgway defaulted on his mortgage. Cranston has also maintained the home was never double or triple booked. But we have evidence to prove otherwise.
We've been taken for a ride by her.
There's been so many sleepless nights, so many tears about...
We asked all the parties who came to us to send us Cranston's invoice and confirmation of the paid deposits. As you can see, Cranston took payments from Leonie Wallace for a September wedding. Leonie paid her deposit on January the 26th to book the villa from September the 8th through to the 15th. Just a day later, Anita confirms Paul Moody's booking. His deposit goes through on January the 27th, and he's booked from August the 25th until September the 11th. 3 weeks later, she sent this receipt confirming an 8-day stay for Paul Jovich. But look at the dates, August the 27th to September the 4th. Their entire stay coincides with the Moody's. And it gets worse. A month later, she sent Jackie Ross, who was also planning to get married in the house, her receipt, September the 3rd to September the 10th. Again, totally overlapping the Moody's stay, and for a couple of nights, the Joviches too. Bevan Lockwood believes this shows the couple intentionally double and triple booked families, and this amounts to fraud.
It'll be fraud by deception, and there could be innumerable others. And they've also spent money for a service before it's even been provided, knowing full well that if that couldn't be provided, they weren't in a financial position to repay it. So it's black and white.
It's also likely there are many other overseas victims. Former staff have told us at least half the guests who stayed in the house last year weren't from New Zealand.
Hi, you've reached Anita. Sorry I can't take your call at present. Can you please leave me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
So no money for anyone today, and no word from Cranston and Mudgway, despite repeated offers for them to appear on this program.
If this was America, the lawsuits would be huge because they've caused people emotional harm. The people whose 60th birthday is going to pass aren't going to get that 60th birthday back again. The wedding that's had to be replayed isn't going to be how it was anticipated. There's a whole lot of plan Bs that have gone into action, and some of them are not the height, the bar's been dropped. And it's totally down to Anita and Craig, and they're con women and con men.
Our families have gone to police stations all over the country to lay complaints. Meanwhile, another person is waiting to be paid too. The couple's landlord in Takapuna is waiting for the couple to pay $6,000 in rent. After living in hotels like the Spencer on Byron and the Westin, the couple only moved in 4 weeks ago. Their rent was due today.
I would quite like to see them get a free holiday on Monday because the Department of Corrections is where they should be.
I mean, I don't know what sort of person can steal people's holidays. It's not just the holidays, it's the memories and the special occasions that they've taken as well.
Tristram Clayton was the reporter. The story of Anita Cranston and Craig Mudgway.